All right. I think we're good here. I've pulled out a second magazine that I've already pulled the cover off because I'm going to use it for something else. But so this one we'll get into if we finish this one before tonight's live is over. Happy Fri-Yay, everybody. I hope that you had a great week. I hope that you will have an amazing weekend full of fun things and getting stuff done or relaxing if that's what you need to do. I definitely want nights like this. And I think that the bonfire photo would be great for um, summer glue book. So let's get this trimmed down just a bit. And away we go. It's been a productive week for me. I am ready for my small sale tomorrow. I hope that you guys will get a chance to come in. If you don't, these things happen, right? And maybe next time. But yeah, I hope that you're having an awesome time this week. I hope it. The weather is starting to warm up a little bit. It was a little cold last night, but I think the nights are just going to be cold for the next little bit. And then it'll start warming up more. But you never know. You know, winter is one of those things. It likes to appear its, it likes to back off and run up and show itself again. That's the nature of winter. Just keeps popping it. Did you think I was gone? Here I am again. Ta-da! But let's be fair. Indian summer. Summer does it too, right? They are loath to give up their season. That is for sure. Well, we're going to lose out on some of the guitar guide because I want to cut this off. But otherwise, I think it will be a nice picture for a summer glue book. For camping thing, maybe. And so, we will have that as part of our harvest today. And there it is. Nice little campfire photo. People relaxing in camp chairs. There probably were some s'mores at some point. Excuse me. So, nothing that I am particularly interested in having here except maybe that letter A. So, let's grab some scissors and grab that. Take it right off there. And then we'll put it over here with our today's harvest stuff. And then we'll put that aside for recycling. Okay, so over here, I love the lady that's laughing. And I do I think life is more gratifying. I don't necessarily want the when you're in control part. But let's start just by trimming this down to where a little bit higher up than that. And I'll just want to cut her off at the neck. That's a little weird. Unless we're putting her on somebody else's body, in which case, heck yeah, right? Okay, so I'm going to keep putting my stuff in. So for now, I'm going to cut it just like that. We could cut it closer in if we just want her face. That gives us some options on size. Can't add it back, but we can certainly take more away, right? So let's go ahead and trim this down. And we're going to take life is more gratifying. Because there's lots of situations that could apply to, right? Being in control is great. But as it so happens in life, you don't always get to be. Sometimes you just have to deal with what is. And it's good to face it head on and as positively as you can. For sure. At least that's my opinion. And here we go. All right, we got it. Not too shabby. So it's been a busy week, up and down, getting stuff dried, and I found some more stuff for I don't know that there's anything. I don't know. I kind of like let's take this strip and cut off the words at the bottom and see if they grow on us. We may cut this down to just the brighter half because it does get a little dark up there. And I don't know that I want that for a glue book like that, right? And yeah, I don't need anything on this page, so we'll go ahead and put that over in the recycle pile. I spent a lot of the week, and I still have more to do, getting everything set up. I've changed the name on all of my, I think I've gotten everything. My Ko-Fi or coffee, YouTube, Facebook, Etsy, not Etsy. I haven't done Etsy yet because my store is closed, but I will get to that. Etsy is its own thing. Okay, so we'll keep those together for right now, and later on we'll probably cut them apart. I think the baskets are actually mounted on the wall over this this display here with the dried herbs and the herbs drying. I think these are planted, and then these are, so that's kind of a cool image. I like it. Put it over here with our stuff and see what else we can come up with. I'm just going to check something real quick if you guys will give me a moment. Bear with me. But let's look over on this page here and see what's coming up. Ooh, how fun is that? Confess perfection. So the Highland Baker combines sugar, flour, and imagination. Edible master. So these are sugar and flour, and they've been sculpted into amazing things, right? And I think we want these pictures here. And I do like the old couple with their dogs. So we'll work on these 4 pages for this moment. Fun stuff, right? So let's just go ahead and start with this one. Here we've got a boat circling, and then so catch of the day and catch some rays, but I'm going to cut them apart because I think they'll be good on, the bottom or top edge of a page. I think those will look really good. I could keep them together. So, but I think that one could be used in a food journal, and one could be used in, if I were doing like a beach, ocean / water journal. Lots of possibilities there. We're going to get to the other half of that because I do want the older couple there. I'm going to cut that down, and then I want to get the words that are on the page as well. Follow your well-being. I think that's a good message. So let's go ahead and also cut this in half right at the middle there. So now we have 2 nice, thin, skinny pictures, right? And okay, just checking on something here. All right, that's working the way I need it to. Okay. And I need to make an adjustment right there. All right. So I think what's going to happen is I'm going to cut out the acorn here. I think that's very fun. Maybe we need a little bitty, like several little bitty squirrels to go with that. But I'm not going to fussy cut at this moment. I'm just cutting away the excess page, and we'll put that in our fussy cut pile off to the side. Ooh, but we should get the O, right? As long as there's a loose O over here. That will help with our ransom letters. That I'm trying to rebuild a collection of that. Yeah, all of my papers have had some time under the... Now that's cute. So I think what I may want to do is I think I want to fussy cut this, but I think I just want from here. So I'm going to use the cutter to just real quick. I'm not really interested in the greenery. I'm mostly just interested in the mushroom, although the other stuff is cute. And then I'll probably not going to trim any off on this side, but we'll cut some off this other side over here, so that I can remember that I do want to fussy cut it, that I was not going to leave it as a square image, and then into the fussy cut pile it goes. Hey, Adria, how you doing? I hope that your week was good. I saw you over in Rosemary Street. That's the only reason I know it's you. Although if I thought about it long enough, I probably could have figured it out by myself. Love the new name. Give some people a little pause. I like it. I like it a lot. It's fun. Make you do a double take though if you're so yeah. It has been super fun to get back into the dyeing, and it's making me ridiculously happy. Hey Roseanne, how's it going? You like to keep people on their toes? I believe that about you. I do. Okay, so there we go. We've got the couple with the little dog, and I think they're fun. They seem happy enough, right? You're good. Oh no, so Roseanne is as rad? She is rad. She's awesome. Okay, we've got some people here, so we're going to get these people hiking. And then let's look over here. I love the picture, but I don't want the words. Forever young at heart, I think we got to have that, right? Looks like they're about to have a serious race there, the two of them. I hope you both had an excellent week and that your weekend is awesome and amazing. I will be dying all weekend for next week. Well, not next week. It'll be the week after, the Tuesday. I'm not sure what day it is, but I'll have a look in a minute. That is a beautiful picture with the sunset and everything. Oh, but what do we have over here? That's another one of those confectionery things with the owl. Oh, I don't know if I want to take that, though. That's awfully specific. But let's get the people with their walkers who are getting ready to have super fun. They've even got helmets on. So if somebody loses control with their walker, they'll be safe. Love it. Really? You want them? I know. I'm a little bit the same way. And I'm going to take it for right now, but I don't know, honestly, that I'm going to use it. It is a fun picture. And this is made out of sugar and flour. It's a sugar sculpture. Such details, right? You really can make everything into cake now. There's some amazing, amazing stuff out there that people create out of food. All right, and then I want this little picture down here. These people right here having a hike in the woods. And it's fall color, so that'll go into our autumn. It'll be a nice small image to use. I am doing good. I am enjoying Indian food and Asian food. I am I'm going to have fabulous thighs because I'm going up and down the stairs, and the stairs to the basement have a very high rise. Hey, Steffi, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a great end to your week. Happy Fri-Yay to you, lovely lady. So let's see. Okay, now there's a full page fall one, and there's a house in the background there. So we'll probably trim this down just a smidge, and we'll keep that. Peak Beauty. That could be a good phrase for fall. Not so much in love with the rest of this page, though. So we'll take the words to put in our fall pile of stuff. And then I'm not absolutely in love with either of those. Although, and that's definitely an aerial shot, for sure. So, but let's see about, I like the bicycling one. So I think that's probably the only one off there that I want. Oh no, but wait. Look at the tree. Look at that happy, happy tree. We got to get that. That could be ominous, right? And then a nice one. So we'll take the ones off this side. Knowing you're in the right place feels good. I'm not in love with that. Although maybe the people with the wine. And then we could get the little garden picture down here. Obviously, this is a fall time when there's some pumpkins and some like a scarecrow thing. So yeah, so let's get this one at the top here and this garden picture here. Think big, dream bold. We'll probably take those words for sure. So let's get started. How adorable. Did you guys, I don't know, what was your best thing that happened this week? I had char siu for the second time, and it's like a Puerto Rican pot roast. That's the closest I can come to an explanation of it, but it is delicious. Or maybe char siu. I'm not sure if but it's a pork dish that is delicious. And you know, I'm not the biggest fan of pork, so this has made me. But it, with it was the spicy Asian coleslaw. Just like carrots and cabbage and I think 2 kinds of cabbage. There's our fall picture. Love it. You know, fall is my favorite season. I am that kind of basic white bitch, you know. Love me some fall. Hey, Janie, how you doing? I hope you're having a great week. How has it been for you? I heard you guys, somebody else from Phoenix was in the other day from the Phoenix area. And you guys have already had your first 100-degree day. Record number of patients, clients. Well, that's awesome. But exhausted in a good way, right? Because you worked hard and you had a record number. I think that's awesome. Yay. I think that's amazing. So how do you feel about it getting hot this early? I always kind of dreaded if the full heat came in April or before April. Because I felt like that was going to mean a long hot. So the people drinking the wine. You know what? I'm going to take this picture because I have a little idea. So I'm going to go ahead and take that one. A bit hard, yeah. But then there have been years where we had that first 100-degree day and then you didn't see another one for over a month. So there's that. But I always feel like when it's in March, at any point, that means long hot summer. Oh, that's nice. That's better than the alternative. Although I know there are people out there that they just exalt in the heat. Like it's their jam. I love the desert. It's beautiful. But that heat, oof, it can really get you. Although it's good if you have arthritis, I will tell you. A lot of people move there from cold places, like Chicago and New York and stuff, because of the super warm weather. Probably like any place in central or southern Arizona, and same with Nevada, and somewhat in New Mexico, although New Mexico can get pretty cold because of the high elevation. You just stay inside. I stay inside where they have the air conditioning. In the summer when I biked to work, I used to take my uniform in my backpack, and then I would go change in the fitting room. They'd let me go change in the fitting room, and because otherwise, because I don't sweat while I'm out riding my bike when it was like 120 degrees and stuff. But once you stop moving and your body's like, oh, we're not moving, all of a sudden sweat everywhere. So you just kind of go from one air conditioned place to another if you can. I think that's the best way to do it. So there we go. Little gardening picture. Oops, there. I'm still learning where the camera is. How about the rest of you? How's your temperatures? It has been cold in the evenings, in the high 30s and low 40s, which I feel is cold. I'm sure some of you other guys who live in actually cold places don't think that. But then during the days it's in the 60s and 70s, so it's pretty nice actually. Perfect temps around 72 in Atlanta. Nice. And then the yellow powder everywhere. Yeah, you can't help that. You lived in North Carolina for 3 years? I lived in South Carolina for quite a while. Similar weather, but it's not exactly the same. I think it's actually a little more humid in South Carolina. Now, how fun is that tree? It reminds me a little bit of, although the trees in the Wizard of Oz were mean, it reminds me kind of like that kind of fairy tale fantasy folklore sort of woods where the trees are alive. So we're getting peak beauty, because that's about leaf peeping, for our fall journals. I think that'll be super fun. Well, it sounds like everybody's having pretty good weather, and that is a good thing. I love that. I am learning to cook a little bit of Indian food. The beans we had last night. Oh, let me see if let me grab my phone. I wrote down the name of them. Your old ballet teacher is Charlotte. Is in Charlotte. Nice. Charlotte's a beautiful area. We had these beans last night, and we've had them a couple of times. They are so tasty. But I can't remember the name. Give me just a second here. And apparently they're fairly easy to make. Let's see. Go here. It's going to be Myrtle Beach. Yeah, it's gorgeous in Myrtle Beach. So let's see here. I need to go here. This shouldn't take me very long to figure out what the beans are called. I've actually watched orange chicken being made, and it is beyond delicious. Okay. I even had potatoes once. Potato! Oh, and the Asian coleslaw has a spicy peanut sauce to it. I wonder if I didn't. Oh, I bet I know where I put it. Where I put the name. You guys are like, just cut pictures. But it's they have such an awesome flavor, and they go good with other things. Like, you wouldn't think of it. One morning we had those particular beans, which I'm looking up the name while I'm doing this. Over rice with eggs on top, and it was so delicious, you guys. So delicious. Okay, so it's called dal okay, it's DAL and then a separate word, MAKHANI. So it's a bean thing. And you think beans boring, right? No, these are so delicious. I can't even tell you. So if you happen to look them up, and you can kind of control the spice. Just don't use as many, or substitute maybe hot rotel for some of the chilies they call for. Is that a dog or a cat? In which one? In the old lady picture? I think we've only had a dog so far. Royal just pee. Puppy piddle, right? That's a puppy. A little doggy. I hate it when that happens. Okay, and then there's another little fall picture for us. Some of these, I have to put some of the bigger ones off to the side. Oh, no, not on the bed, though. That sucks. Okay, so we want think big, dream bold. For sure. We may, for our summer, for nature, for any kind of nature glue booking, people admiring the landscape's always a thing. Ooh, look at that. Look at those fall colors. He's not so little anymore. Aw. Well, I had a boss when I worked for the Wyndham Metro Center in Phoenix, and she had 2 ferrets. And she said one of them was retarded. Like, he would run into walls, and I know we're not supposed to say that word. He was special. He was a little special. Ooh, live happily. Assisted living with style, warmth, and grace. You know what I feel like and live the life you love. I definitely would like to have that. She said they looked exactly alike. And the only reason they could tell them apart was because the dumb one ran into stuff. Yeah, he was not quite all there, but he was a very loving ferret. They had a Halloween party every year. His name was Steven. What was her name? They both worked at the hotel. He was a catering manager, and she was a manager in the reservations department. Such nice people. I hope that they had a good life. I did not keep in touch with them, but they were very nice people. So we're probably going to cut apart Think Big and Dream Bold, but for now I'm going to leave them together. Rail got called a genius at obedience class, but when so he gets the I get a little, I feel for the dog because I get a little stupid when I'm sleepy too. I start running into things. I say stuff. It's not pretty. I think that dog might be my spirit animal. Although I have to say, knock on some wood here, I have never piddled in the bed when I was tired. So thank goodness for small miracles on my part. I'm sorry that you have to clean that up, though. That does suck. And at the end of the night, too. So she's got, she's a smiling person. I still like to pick images for people that are happy. And her name is Peggy. Here we go. We got a Peggy going on. I bet Peggy's a nice lady. And I think she bakes brownies for for group events, but they're the special brownies. All right, Roseanne? Got to keep it fun. So Peggy makes the special brownies, guys. Keep your eye on her. All right, so we're going to get this Live Happy, because I think we should all try and have as much happiness in our life as we can muster. I spent the day freaking out about various things that I didn't know about politically. So I'm just going to, oh, I cut that down there and I didn't mean to. Snickerdoodles. All right. What was I saying? I've lost my train of thought. See, look at me. I'm easily distracted. So there we go. Live happily. That is a good thing to have in mind. Can't always get there, but there are moments in every day that are definitely joyful, right? So if I think of it, I will try and get a recipe for the for those beans. Gosh, if you guys, I like beans, but I've never been like, I could eat those beans very often, and I don't normally say that, you know. Although I will say that I am now partially gas powered. Look at that old red truck there. It's the red truck from the craft store. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. But look at those gorgeous fall colors. Love it. And then here we go again. Another fall image, right? Keeping it orange. At least a little bit. You know, you can't eat a ton of beans and not be a little bit gas powered. I'm afraid that's just how your body works. I should probably start taking a little bit extra ginger, right? I will say a lot of ginger and a lot of garlic in the dishes here, and I am loving it. So many vegetables, you guys. And it's something that I can take with me when I live on my own. I am enjoying helping pack up and all the things, and the work that's happening every day makes me sleep good at night. So there's all of that, right? Not in love with that. I'm just not a minimalist. Like, I know people love the simplicity of a minimalist design. Now, I do like this picture. Unfortunately, it is as cloudy. It is as kind of, cloudy is not the right word. It's kind of an unfocused shot. So I'm not going to take that one. I'm going to let that one go. Although I kind of like this little bit here because I think we can use that later for something creepy. Yes, mystical. There, oh, that's a good word. Maybe we do. Look at the old car. Maybe we will take it. That's a good way to put that. Now you've made me want that image. Thank you, Janie. Are you making anything special? Are you working on anything in particular? I'm going to cut it here, though. I don't want the people in it. I'm just going to take the nature image. It's hard to, there we go. See, it's like it's hazy, but not like pollution hazy, just that it's the soft morning glow. Just organizing digitals for your ephemera. Cool. Do you use a lot of digitals in yours? I look at digitals and there's so many. I think I'm going to cut the car out. So I think I'm going to cut the car out and we'll have it for use in a collage. That will be fun. So let's throw that over there, and it needs to be cut out. Land over there. There's so many great digitals out there, honestly. I think I also want Carefree Cruisin'. So we'll take that. And I'll trim that down later because it's small words. Ooh. Those chairs look uncomfortable to me. You know, I feel like, I know it's hard to tell from the picture the scale of things, but I feel like this is for tiny people. Like this is, and I am a short person, but I feel like this would not be comfortable seating. That's just my opinion. I might be wrong. And all kinds, you can get nature one, the leaf peeper thrill seekers. Well, we need those words, leaf peepers and thrill seekers. Yes. We need that in our lives. That's definitely going to be in a fall glue book coming up. I hope to have a nice collection by fall. And by fall, I should be settled. Well, before fall, sometime in the summer, I should be settled into my own place, wherever that's going to be. And then, well, hopefully it'll be somewhere near here because it would be easier if it were like in Pennsylvania or Virginia. This area is a little pricey. The area that I'm staying with friends here is a little out of my price range. Hey, Steffi. Well, I'm glad you got to take a phone call. I hope it was good news and you had a good conversation. And there on a lake is another lovely fall scene. Let's see what else we get. Okay, not in love with anything on this side of the... Now, this is all stuff that's local to here. This is all in North Carolina. Not... Well, maybe. I don't know. I'm going to put that in the maybe pile and we'll think about it. Unless there's something on the back that we can't live without. I do like the barn down here, so let's see. Fall color tour on the Ridgeline trolley in Morganton. Ooh, they have a trolley. Ooh, I love the trolley in Scottsdale. It's very handy to get around. Okay, and we'll get this one, but we're going to crop it down. So let's work on those three. Amber, did you get tired of your other account? Nope, a different Amber. Huh? Adria Amber. How you doing, Miss Amber? Yes, I did move. I moved the last week of February. I moved from Vegas to this is a temporary location. I'm helping somebody move and get packed up and cull through things and stuff like that. A temporary landing place so I could get my bearings and get back to paper dyeing, which originally wasn't part of the plan. So that has worked out very nicely. And I have been here for just a little over a month. Well, I left Vegas and I've been here for about 2.5 weeks. It is. It definitely is. But you know what? I'm finding that I like it. I won't know for sure until the summer heat hits full on. There you go. Just walking with the fam. All right. So here we go. We've got 2 of the trolley picks, and I do like this barn. That's at a vineyard. It is beautiful here. It is. And as stuff is starting to bloom, I'll have to get some new pictures because the trees outside are all starting to, there's some forsythia out there, if I'm saying it right. And all the other trees are starting to get buds for the leaves that are coming in because it has started to warm up during the days. And hopefully we have seen our last freezing nights. Yes, it is. Thank you. I'm glad you're happy for me. I'm happy for me. It has been, I've had a chance to catch up on some rest and to refuel a little bit and just get, figure some things out. So, and I'm not saying Vegas was an awful place. It was just awfully hot. I am not a sun baby by any means. So living in the desert all those years was amazing because the desert is truly a beautiful, beautiful place. You get stuff you see there that you'd never see anywhere else. But I'm glad my time there is over. But I am glad that I had it. And North Carolina has seasons, and I did wish for seasons. If we all remember, I definitely wanted 4 seasons, which this has. Yes, there's hot, and then there's hot. And there'll be some humidity here for sure. I'm just cutting off the words on this half of the trolley picture. But there we go. We have kind of a nice image, fall colors. This is a fall issue of a local North Carolina magazine. I've been able to find some pretty good magazines to work with. I have quite a few of the North Carolina ones. I came across the stash, and wow, they are mine. It's a dry heat. And there is a difference. I will be honest. It's not just a joke. There really is a difference between, that's a roller coaster. You know what? I'm thinking I'm going to let that one go. That is okay. Let's see what else we've got in here. Yeah, I've always thought it would be weird not to have all the seasons, even though, and you don't like it super, and it is super hot. It is, oh, look at that. Isn't that pretty? That's a zip line thing. There's a lunatic zip lining. So yeah, we're definitely going to cut those. Let's see. Let's look at what else. I can live without that. Let's see what's on this side. That's true. I think I'll take that too. Ooh. This is not in my list of my box of magazines that I have. 100 foods starting with some pancakes on the front. Maybe I'll get lucky and come across that. Ooh, what's that? Let's see. Andrews Geyser was the last 19th century hotel. Oh, I think it's a man-made geyser from a hotel in Western North Carolina. But it's probably gone now because they're talking like it's not a thing anymore. Look at those pancakes, though. Explore. Oh, I want the word explore, though. Explore North Carolina's tastiest tour. There's a breakfast tour. I need to be on that. I love breakfast. For sure here in PA, if you get over 80, I'm dying. That's what, yeah, it's the heat and the humidity that takes you out. The dry heat, you can get dehydrated very easily. That's one of the big dangers. So you have to be very careful if you live in the desert to stay hydrated. Because if you're thirsty, it's too late. You are already dangerously dehydrated. But I've experienced some winter since I've been here, so I didn't miss winter. And we're heading straight into spring, which, we'll see how my allergies feel about that. But otherwise, I'm enjoying it so far. Oops. Oh, I did it. I didn't quite get to the edge there. Fixed. It says history is understanding the difference between what happened and what was written. So that's an interesting quote. I think I will keep that probably for my personal journal. Okay. And then we've got our fall pictures over here. So we'll get those trimmed up. And this is in the yellow instead of the orange. I love just the cacophony of colors that happen in the fall. And you get a whole, the same thing in the spring, just different hues in different ways, I love to see the green come back. Pretty soon, I won't even be able to see the neighbors around us for the green trees, and it'll be fun to watch that happen. Right, but you're not. Yeah, exactly. And if you're prone to sunburn, oof, the desert can be not such a great thing. There we go. Look at that yellow foliage. Beautiful. And then by the time fall rolls around, I'll have forgotten about all these, and we'll unpack them out of our fall folder, and we'll be like, ooh, ah. I learned in my late 30s that I am a little bit afraid of heights. So I would never be doing this on a bridge, but I commend them for their bravery because we were at a dam and we were on a family like hikey thing. And we were going over this dam and there was a bridge over the thing. But the bridge, the bottom of it was a grating, so you could see down into it. And I happened to look down about halfway across, and I was very disoriented. And I felt kind of dizzy. And I had to close my eyes. My then husband had to come back across. I had to close my eyes, and he had to lead me off the thing. Now, I managed to do it on my way back because I knew it was there, and I didn't look down. But it was very disorienting. So, 2 out of 10 did not enjoy that particular experience, but the hike was otherwise quite lovely. And the kids loved getting out into nature and just running themselves ragged. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think it bothered me at all when I was a kid. I remember doing all kinds of up high. I climbed trees and all of that as I've gotten older. But I was getting close to 40 then. Ooh, look, that's pretty. That's a railroad track. Appalachian Spring. Ooh. I have always wanted to hike the Appalachian Trail, but I think my feet are firmly against it. I might be able to do some sections of it before I get too terribly, I don't want to say old, but just at some point. Although I know there are 60 and 70-year-olds who have done it, so I probably should never say never, right? You never know what you're able to accomplish. You're only limited by what you think you can't do. All right, so I'm definitely taking this picture over here, and that's all the greenery. North and South Carolina, both very green, lush states, and I've been to Pennsylvania and West Virginia and Virginia when I was a kid, because we lived in Maryland for almost 7 years. It was the longest we ever lived anywhere. And we went from there to Germany. But it was the longest my dad was ever stationed anywhere. So I spent my preteen years in Maryland. And we went all over into the... You're going to be 39? I'm going to be 54 next month. Remember, you're only as old as you feel. Yes, we lived in Germany for a few years. I really, really enjoyed it. I think we're going to, and then celebrate the moments for sure, right? Look at that old typewriter. I haven't seen one like that in a million years, and they usually don't look that nice. Ooh, look at that one. Yeah, some of those railroad tracks, convicts did them, but we're going to take the happier side over here. We'll get the family, the words, and the typewriter for sure. I loved Germany. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I did not explore as much as I could have, which is a little bit of a bummer. I've always wanted to go back. We'll get the ladies at the cafe here. And then I'm going to cut we only have a few pages left, so I'm going to go ahead and cut the spine off this. To make it easier. And we'll work from there. Yep, I lived in Germany. My dad was in the Air Force. We were stationed in Augsburg, and we lived there for I think almost 3 years. Beautiful, beautiful country. Totally different way of living. I was very happy there. If I'd been a little bit older, if I'd been a little closer to 18, I might not have left, honestly. But I was 17, so could not stay. And I always did think I would go back, but sometimes you have plans to do things. I had kids. That's what happened. I got pregnant and I had some kids. And I'm not bitter about that because I had some awesome kids. And I'm glad that I got to travel as a child. I did not appreciate it at all when I was a child. But looking back on it, there's two ladies sitting at a cafe there having fake chat. Because it's for a magazine, it's staged. Okay, so let's cut the edge off here, and then we'll cut this in half. And look at how we're going to get the typewriter off there. We might just set it aside and fussy cut it in a little bit. The places I still want to go that I haven't been, I would love to go to Greece and Egypt, but I don't know that I'm maybe on a bus tour someday. I would love to see the Great Wall of China. At one point, I wanted to hike it, but I think I'm kind of past that point in my life where I'm going to hike the whole Great Wall of China, but I would still like to see it. Those are my big ones, and I would like to go on a cruise to Antarctica or some kind of tour. Greece, and for the food and the architecture, and yeah, I would really, and I'd be okay if it was like on one of those bus tours where I think that would be fine. I think at this point in my life, I've traveled a lot of places alone, but I have to say at this point in my life, I probably would be more comfortable traveling with other people. Ooh, the glass Starworks glass pumpkin patch. Aren't those pretty? So I'm gonna cut those out, I think. Gotta have some pumpkins. The other side was not terribly interesting. Go to Egypt. Yeah, politically, I don't know if I'm ever. That's why I said if I go, it would probably be on a bus tour. I don't think I would, at this point in my life, feel comfortable traveling if the political climate even changed enough to where I would feel safe traveling. I still don't think I would want to go alone. And part of me wants to go to India, but I'm not a fan of lots of people in one place, and India is heavily populated, so I don't know if I would do that. It was on my list for many years, though. Okay, nothing I can't live. Oh, your space to create. I think I like that. Could use it in my personal journal when I talk about my someday studio. Uh-oh. Is it almost your birthday, Amber? Oh, that's right. You're going to turn 39. I was in the middle of getting divorced when I was 39. So I hope your 39th year goes better than mine. Although I was happy to get divorced. Roller skating. I was ready for that. Ooh, look at that. Okay. I'll let you guys vote. The spooky scene with the creepy ghost or the lady roller skating. So there's the lady roller skating or spooky with creepy ghost. Ooh, Russia would probably be a good one. I would love to see the castle that inspired Dracula. I would love to go to whatever country it is currently in. Norway would be awesome. Ooh, Japan and Korea, nice for you. The creepy ghost side. Okay, let's just cut this down a little bit. Make sure we get square edges and cut the words off that. I think that's a great picture. I do like we got to cut this side first because it's not even. We can only cut a little bit off there, otherwise we'll cut into the ghost girl. We don't want to be cutting into the ghost girl. No offending the ghosts by whacking parts of them off with a paper cutter. Maybe when you win the lottery. I'm going to go on some of those old lady bus trips, I think. Someday. It's on my someday list. Okay. And then we've got the witching hour, which we're gonna keep that for glue booking. A lot of the places I want to travel either have, like, I want to see the Great Wall of China. And there's a couple of temples I'd like to visit. Although I couldn't tell you the names at the moment. I have a little list. And to try some, the food we get that's quote unquote Chinese or Asian is, a highly Americanized version of what they really eat. If I were going to go to Japan, it would be like a food tour of some sort because I'd love to taste the real thing. Let's see. Oh, 38th year. Oh, I'm sorry, Amber. That is a terrible thing. It's hard to lose one, much less two. My heart is with you, hon. That's a hard loss. So, wishing you the most awesome things you can have in your 39th year. I'm hoping for great things in my 54th year. So we got some little pictures here. What we've got is some people at a bakery there, a nice sunset on the docks kind of thing, and then some cannons and out on, I think that's out into the ocean. So fun stuff for us to have for our smaller glue booking needs. They must have loved each other very much. Sadly, sometimes that is the way it goes with couples. Once one passes, the other one follows along shortly. I think some of it is just, losing the love of your life. I think can be very hard for the surviving spouse. It's not always the case, but it is. It does happen, fairly frequently. Unfortunately. I hope you have lots of good memories of them. We look at the ice cream trail. Let's see if I think I have this issue in my box. And I think I already did the Thanksgiving one. Look at the autumn smokies. That would be a good one. I don't know if I have that one or not. Okay, nothing on these that I can't live without. Black Hills and Badlands. Ooh, I've been to Devil's Tower, Wyoming. And a bison. So we'll take these two bottom pictures, I think, unless there's something like amazingly fantastic on the back. We're going to get these two here. Let's see what else there is here. So we have to decide. So we could maybe, I'd have to find a cash register thing. Aw, that's nice, Amber. I'm very happy for you. Congratulations. Oh, my heart goes out to you, honey. It is hard, but I'm glad that they had a long, loving life together. All right, so I'm looking at which ones we would. So there's food ones here. And then this is England. So this is Tuscany. And then over here we've got the Hudson River Valley and the Swiss Alpine villages. So I'm going to cut this down the middle because I think we're going to take, I want the Swiss Alpine ones. So let's see. So on this side, we're going to take the Tuscany ones, the food pictures. And I think I'm just going to cut off this bottom one here. I'll cut them apart with scissors later. With the small images, it's not a good idea to do them on the cutter because they frequently get smushy because it's hard to cut something small on a big ass cutter. All right. Now what do we have here? California coast and Yosemite. Okay, so we'll take all the pictures on this side. Those will be fun. We'll just cut it right across there. And I'll cut those little itty bitty pics out with my scissors later. Oh, wow. You're going on 45? You had to ask the hubs. That's awesome. Suck it up. 38 years. That's amazing. And 45. That's some longevity right there. I made it a little over 10 years married. We were together for a little over 13 years. We just, at the end, we didn't want the same things in life. We were very different people, wanting very different things. And we could not get on the same page. So it was better to just, and I don't know if we would have got there if we maybe tried harder, but we'll never know, will we? State of affair. Okay, let's see if there's any that we want in here. This is all Biltmore stuff. And these people are having way too much fun for what they're doing. Okay. I think we're going to let those go. I'm not married, but from watching my parents, I would say at least part of the secret is understanding. Yes, communication is very important. And maybe we would have kept on the same page with what we wanted in life if we had better communicated. But it is what it is. And I'm happy in my life now. I think we'd all love to have someone to share it with, but sometimes it doesn't work that way. And I'm not miserable being single, so there's that. But I do admire a long relationship because those people, they figured it out. I'm getting a drink of water. And let's look. Oh, we've been over an hour, so I'm gonna let's have a quick look at some of the stuff we got. So we got leaf peepers and Carefree Cruising. We got Our Lady Peggy, who makes the special brownies. We've got a Bison and Devil's Tower in Wyoming. Some nice small stuff if we wanted to start a tiny teeny again. These are all the small ones. The bigger ones are off to the side. We've got our fun tree and some fall stuff, some gardening stuff, some foodie stuff. I think we did pretty good today. That's just our small stuff. Sometimes it comes when you least expect it. I'll be honest. It's almost as if when you stop looking, it appears, you know. I found that to be very true in life of different things. And I hope for you too, Amber. If you really want that in your life, I hope it for you as well. Lots of good stuff. Plus, we got bigger stuff over on the side. So yay, pretty good. So for those of you who may, I don't know if everybody's aware, I did put the events up. I put it in the Facebook group. I put it on the Patreon. I'm having a small sale tomorrow at 4 o'clock my time, which will be 3, 2, and 1 as you head towards the West Coast from North Carolina. Exactly, but it'll be a person who's just right for you. And sometimes the best relationships, sometimes they start as friendships or in unexpected places. So you never know. But yeah, small sale tomorrow. I think it'll probably be, I don't think it'll be more than an hour, to be honest with you, if that. So, I hope some of you'll be able to make it. If you think of it, there's a link in the Facebook group if you know anybody who might want to purchase some. It's going to be coffee dyed paper that has a light purple tint to some of it. We're calling it Blueberry Kisses. So hopefully that will be fun for you guys. And so 4 o'clock my time, 3, 2, and 1 as you head towards California. And whatever else you're doing this weekend, if I don't see you in my sale, I hope you have the best, most amazing weekend possible. And I will see you all again very soon. I'll be live on Sunday. We're going to do some glue booking, y'all. All right? So I will see you there. And thank you for coming in. Good night, Janie and Amber and Adria and Steffi and anybody else and any lurkers out there. Love you guys. Have a great rest of your weekend. I hope that I see you guys tomorrow. However you guys are spending your days and nights, I hope it brings you great joy and happiness. Each and every one of you absolutely deserves it. You are some of my favorite people in the whole world. Okay. Well, have a good day at work, Amber. And we'll be thinking of you. Bright blessings and hugs and hisses to you all. Bye. And I'm going to push that button. The end.